Dear students, myself is GUNAPRASAD. Today we are going to discuss 3 neat crash course papers from the topics Microbes in Human Welfare, Biodiversity and its Conservation and Environmental Issues. First, let us see the lesson Microbes in Human Welfare. This lesson involves the concepts related to the benefits of microorganisms, their names, terminologies, as well as the beneficial aspects of microbes. In the NEET examination, nearly 2 to 3 questions will be asked every year. In the year 2012, 7 questions were asked from the only one lesson. Let us see some of the important questions from this lesson. The first question is, which one is most important role of microorganisms for well-being of humans? First option is production of methane, sewage treatment, conversion of milk into curd, biological control of plant diseases. Here, for the well-being of an individual, conversion of milk into curd can be considered because milk can be converted into curd by lactobacillus. It yields various dairy products, as well as curd is an important source of vitamin B12. It is also a part of Indian diet and it also checks the stomach related disorders. Hence, we can go with the answer option 3. Question number 2. Which one single organism or a pair of organism is correctly assigned to its taxonomic group? See the first option, Paramecium and Plasmodium belongs to the same kingdom as that of Penicillium is Mycota. Hence, the option 1 is wrong. Lichen is composite organism formed from symbiotic association of alga and protozoan. Lichen is an association of alga and fungi. Hence, second option also false. Third option, yeast is used in making bread and beer, which is a fungus. It is correct option. Nostoc and Anabena are examples of Protista. It is wrong. They are examples for cyanobacteria, that is Monera. Hence, we can go with the option 3 as the answer. Question number 3. During lactic acid fermentation, oxygen is used, carbon dioxide is liberated. Oxygen is not used, carbon dioxide is liberated. Oxygen is used, carbon dioxide is not liberated. Oxygen is not used, carbon dioxide is not liberated. We know that fermentation is an anaerobic process of respiration commonly seen in microorganisms. In such microorganisms, glucose undergo partial oxidation or breakdown by a process of glycolysis to form pyruvic acid. The pyruvic acid can further broken either into lactic acid in the presence of lactobacillus if it is a milk sugar, or ethanol and carbon dioxide. So, this is an anaerobic process, no oxygen is used here. During lactic acid fermentation, no carbon dioxide is evolved, whereas in ethyl alcoholic fermentation, carbon dioxide is evolved. Hence, oxygen is not used, carbon dioxide is not liberated during lactic acid fermentation. Please note, carbon dioxide liberated only during alcoholic fermentation. Hence, we can go with the answer option 4. Question number 4. Choose the incorrect statement. The puffed up appearance of dough, idli, dosa is due to the production of carbon dioxide. Enology is a science of study of wine and wine making. Lactobacillus brings about coagulation and complete digestion of milk protein. Probiotics are live microbial food supplements. Here all options are true except the third option, because lactobacillus brings about coagulation of milk protein but partial breakdown of the milk protein. Hence, the answer is third option. Question number 5. Raw cheese is known as blue cheese, cottage cheese, Swiss cheese and Roquefort cheese. Cheese is a fermented product of milk which is formed by the activity of lactic acid bacteria. So, milk will be converted into cottage cheese. The first product of cheese formation is the formation of raw cheese or cottage cheese. But cottage cheese has less commercial value. Its commercial importance can be improved by ripening the cottage cheese with some other microorganisms. For example, cottage cheese can be treated with the various microbes to form camembert cheese. Camembert cheese, which is ripened cheese in the presence of Penicillium camemberti. It can also be converted to Roquefort cheese in the presence of Penicillium roqueforti. So, cottage cheese can be ripened into Swiss cheese in the presence of Propionibacterium shermani. So, cottage cheese can be converted into various cheese which have commercial importance. So, you know that Swiss cheese is famous for its softness because of evolving of carbon dioxide bubbles. In this picture, you can see the Swiss cheese. For this question, the answer is cottage cheese. Raw cheese is also known as cottage cheese. Hence, the answer is option 2. Question number 6. Roquefort cheese is ripened by, as I told in the previous question, Roquefort cheese is ripened by using Penicillium roqueforti. Hence, answer is first option. Question number 7. Small amount of curd is added to fresh milk during curdling is called. The milk which is added for curdling is called inoculum. Lab improve the nutritional quality of the curd by increasing the vitamin B12 content. So, curd is a source of vitamin B12 and lab play very beneficial role in in our stomach. Yes, lactic acid bacteria in the curd play very important role in checking the diseases in our stomach. Hence, we can go with the answer option 4. Question number 8. Antibiotics mostly obtained from algae, viruses, actinomycetes, bacteria. We know that antibiotics are the chemicals obtained from microbes which can prevent or inhibit the growth of some disease causing bacteria in the body. So, main source of antibiotics are belonging to the group of bacteria. Among bacteria, they belongs to the group of bacteria having appearance of filamentous hyphae or hyphal fungi. So, this small group of bacteria is known as actinomycetes. Hence, the answer is actinomycetes. Hence, the answer is option 3. Question number 9. The first antibiotic discovered was Terramycin, Neomycin, Penicillin and Streptomycin. No doubt it is penicillin. It has been discovered by Alexander Fleming from a fungus called Penicillium notatum. Hence, we can go with the answer 3 for this question. Next question, which fungus is useful to prepare bread? Rhizopus, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, Clostridium botulicum, Aspergillus niger. To prepare the bread, we use baker's yeast, whose scientific name is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Please note that the same yeast is also called brewer's yeast, as it is involved in alcoholic fermentation. Hence, the answer is option 2. Next question, which one of the following statements is not true? See the statements. For fermenting the sap from palms in preparation of toddy, a traditional drink, yeast is used. It is a correct statement. Large holes in Swiss cheese is due to the production of large amount of carbon dioxide. That is also correct statement. Same yeast is used for bread making and alcohol production. It is right. Wine and whiskey are produced without distillation, whereas beer, brandy and rum are produced by distillation of fermented broth. Remember, wine and beer, these are undistilled beverages, whereas others are known as distilled beverages, as they are produced by fractional distillation process. Hence, option 4 is the only incorrect statement among this. Hence, we can go with option 4 as the answer. Next, question number 12. Penicillin was discovered by chance as the organism producing it retarded the growth of Lactobacillus, Staphylococci, Streptococci, E. coli. See, we know that penicillin is an antibiotic produced by Penicillium notatum. It has been accidentally discovered by Alexander Fleming. While he was working with the culture plate containing the colony of bacteria Staphylococci, he found inhibition of bacterial growth in the presence of Penicillium colony. In this picture, you can clearly see the Penicillium and the colony of bacteria, and this is the region where inhibition is observable. Bacterial growth is inhibited around the colony of Penicillium. Hence, the answer is Staphylococci. Next, question number 13. Alexander Fleming named chemical which retarded the growth of bacteria as penicillin after the mold: Penicillium chrysogenum, Penicillium notatum, Penicillium roqueforti, Penicillium camemberti. He named it after Penicillium notatum. Hence, the answer is option 2. Question number 14. Full potential of penicillin as an effective antibiotic was established by Alexander Fleming and Ernst Chain and Howard Florey, Selman, Waxman and Benjamin Duggar, Louis Pasteur and Howard Florey. No doubt the medicinal effectiveness of antibiotic had been discovered by Ernst Chain and Howard Florey. Option 2 is the answer. Question number 15. Some alcoholic drinks with the raw materials used for fermentation are given below. How many of these pairs are correct? Beer is obtained from barley, vodka is obtained from sorghum, cider is obtained from apple, rum from sugarcane, again whiskey is obtained from barley, and wine is obtained from grape. Hence, the sources as well as products will correctly pair. Hence, All of these are the correct pairs. Answer is option 1. Next question, which one is useful as immunosuppressive agent in organ transplantation? During organ transplantation, immunosuppressives play a very important role in control of immunological response in the recipient's body. Hence, immunosuppressives are used. Main source of immunosuppressives are certain microorganisms. One of the important immunosuppressive used is cyclosporin A. It is obtained from Trichoderma polysporum, which is a fungus. It produces cyclosporin A, which is used as immunosuppressive drug. Immunosuppressive drug. Hence, answer is third option. Question number 17. To which function baculoviruses involve? Baculoviruses are group of viruses belonging to the genus called nucleopolyhedrovirus. They control certain insect pests for the crops. They are species specific in action, hence they are eco-friendly pest control methods. So, they produce diseases in some arthropods and insects. They produce diseases in nematodes. Second option is false. They produce diseases in fungus. Third option also false. They produce insecticide. Fourth also false. Only suitable option which match with the baculovirus is the first option. Hence, answer is first option. Question number 18. Which is used to prevent blood clotting in blood vessels? We know that blood vessels will be clotted or blocked at the time of heart attack. These fine blocks can be avoided by using certain chemicals which are obtained from a group of microbes called streptococci or streptococcus bacteria. So, they produce an enzyme called streptokinase, which is commonly used clot burster, which will avoid the blood clots. Hence, the answer is third option. Question number 19. Fruit juices available commercially are clearer than one which are homemade. Which ingredient is added commercially available fruit juices? Lipases and proteases, pectinases and hydrolases, pectinases and proteases, hydrolases and proteases. During commercializing the soft drinks, they are treated and processed with the enzymes called pectinases and proteases, which will avoid the agglutination of materials during commercialization. Hence, the answer is third option. Number 20. Which is useful to remove the oily stains in laundry? From the textiles, the oily stains are removed by using enzyme called lipases. Hence, answer is fourth option. Which one is related with the Monascus purpureus? Streptokinase to prevent blood clotting, cyclosporin immunosuppressor, statins decreases the cholesterol in blood, all the above. Monascus purpureus is a fungus, specifically yeast, which is the source of statins, which will regulate the blood cholesterol level. Hence, the option 3 is the answer. Question 22. Match the following. we have to match the microbe with its products and applications. First, it is Aspergillus niger, produces citric acid, which is useful in soft drinks. Azotobacter aceti produces acetic acid or vinegar, which is a condiment. Clostridium butylicum produces butyric acid, which is a perfume additive. Fourth one is Lactobacillus. It yields lactic acid and it is food preservative. Hence, option 2 is a suitable answer. The domestic sewage in large cities is a processed aerobic and then anaerobic bacteria. The secondary treatment in sewage treatment plants. Second option, when treated in sewage treatment plants, does not really require aeration step. It is a false statement. Third statement, has very high amount of suspended solids and dissolved salts. It has very high amount of organic impurities. It has a high BOD as it contain both aerobic and anaerobic bacteria. So, the correct answer for this is the sewage is first processed aerobic process and then anaerobically. Hence, the answer is first option. Question number 24. Select the correct order of steps of sewage treatment. See, sewage treatment is a microbial degradation of organic impurities in water so that its biochemical oxygen demand is reduced. It involves physical and microbial treatment processes. First, the sewage is processed by physical method. So, it involves filtration and sedimentation processes. Next, the effluent is passed into the secondary treatment, that is called biological process. So, here the effluent is first passed into aeration tank. Where the BOD of the effluent is drastically decreased as the aerobic microbes will degrade the organic substances in the water. Hence, biochemical oxygen demand will be decreased. So, then the effluent is passed into settling tank. So, aeration tank, since air is pumped into aeration tank, their aerobic microbes like bacteria and some filamentous fungi will luxuriously multiply there, forming structure called flocks. In the aeration tank, these flocks get settled down. So, this product is called activated sludge. The sediment formed in the sedimentation tank or primary treatment tank is called primary sludge. You should know primary sludge and secondary sludge. Secondary sludge will contain flocks, whereas primary sludge will contain grits or solid particles. Later, the activated sludge is passed into anaerobic processing in a tank called anaerobic sludge digester, where by the activity of anaerobes like methanogen, biogas like methane will be evolved. The effluent is then passed into river or streams. So, this is a brief idea about the sewage treatment. Now, let us come to the sequential arrangement of the steps in the sewage treatment. First step is floating debris is removed by filtration, and grit is removed by sedimentation process. The next step is primary effluent is passed into large aeration tank. Third step, while growing, microbes in the aerobic tank consume the major part of organic matter in the effluent. Next step, fourth step is when BOD is significantly reduced, the effluent of aeration tank is passed into the settling tank. Next step is major part of the sediment is pumped into large tank called anaerobic sludge digester, where anaerobic bacteria will digest it. The next step is bacteria produce a mixture of gases such as methane, hydrogen sulfide, etc., which form the biogas. The last step, effluent from the secondary treatment plant is released into natural bodies like rivers or streams. Hence, the correct answer and sequential arrangement of the events will be found in option number 3. Hence, answer is option 3. Question 25, high value of BOD indicates that water is pure, water is rich in nutrients, water is less polluted, consumption of organic matter in the water is higher by the microbes. See, BOD, biochemical oxygen demand, is the indication of organic matters in water. More the BOD, more the pollution, organic pollution. So, answer is higher the value of BOD indicates water is rich in organic nutrients. Hence, option 2 is the answer. Question 26, by which process floating debris and grit are removed in STPs respectively? In sewage treatment plant, floating debris is removed by filtration and grit is removed by sedimentation. Hence, option 1 is the answer. Question 27, activated sludge differ from primary sludge as it obtained after physical treatment, it contains all solids settled, it contains sediments of flux, it can be sent directly to water bodies. See, activated sludge is formed in the settling tank after aeration. It contains microbes like bacteria and filamentous fungi, whereas primary sludge will contain the settled solid particles like grits. Hence, option 3 is a suitable answer to this question. Refers to, flocks are nothing but mesh-like structure formed by association of aerobic bacterial mass with fungal filaments which break down the organic matter of the sewage. Option 1 is the correct answer to this. The flux present in the aeration tank cause dash in BOD. Flux always decrease biochemical oxygen demand due to the degradation of organic matter in the sewage. Hence, answer first option. Question 30th. Once BOD of sewage is reduced significantly, the flux allowed to sediment and it is known as. The sedimentation process of flux can be done in settling tank and it is called as activated sludge. Answer is option 3. Question 31. Who has established Ganga and Yamuna action plan? GAP and YAP had been organized by Ministry of Environment and Forestry, whereas IARI, Indian Agricultural Research Institute, as well as Khadi Village Industrial Commission, they have important contribution in developing the biogas plant. Hence, option 3 is the answer to this question. Question 32. BOD can be defined as. Remember, BOD is biochemical oxygen demand. It is the amount of oxygen required by aerobic bacteria in organically polluted water to oxidize all organic matter completely in 1 liter of water. So, correct definition has to search. See, in the first option, amount they given that amount of carbon dioxide, it is wrong statement. In the second option, they say that it is amount of oxygen consumed when all organic matter present in 1 liter of waste water is completely oxidized by the bacteria. It is a correct statement. Whereas in the third statement, they say that amount of oxygen consumed when inorganic matter is oxidized. It is wrong. Fourth statement, they gives that amount of oxygen consumed when all organic matter present in 1 milliliter of waste water. Hence, fourth option is also not correct. Hence, answer is option 2. Question 33. This question is related to biogas production. We know that biogas is produced by methanogen bacteria. They grow anaerobically in the rumen of ruminant animals like cattle. They require cellulose to digest and methane has to release. Hence, we can fill up the blanks as certain bacteria which grow anaerobically on cellulosic materials to produce large amount of methane along with the carbon dioxide and hydrogen, which are collectively called as biogas. Hence, the answer is option 1. Question 34. Which gases are there in biogas? Biogas is not a pure form of methane, but major constituent of biogas is methane. Along with methane, it also contains carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. Hence, correct option is first one. Question 35. Match the following list of microbes and their importance. It has been asked in AIPMT 2015. First, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, commercial production of ethanol. Monascus purpureus, it is a fungus. It is a blood cholesterol lowering agent because it produces statins. Trichoderma polysporum, it is the source of cyclosporin A. It is a immunosuppressive agent. Propionibacterium shermani is a microbe which is involved in ripening of cottage cheese into Swiss cheese. Hence, option 4 is a correct matched one. Hence, answer is fourth option. Question number 36. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Methanogens produce methane and oxygen. See, methanogens are the bacteria which are strictly anaerobic. They will neither use nor release oxygen. Hence, incorrect option is first option only. See the second option, methanogens are not found in activated sludge. Methanogens found in anaerobic sludge digester only. Methanogens are present in the rumen of cattle, it is correct one. We humans are unable to digest the cellulose due to the cellulose, as we do not have cellulase enzyme. Hence, all options are correct except first option, hence the answer is first one. Question 37. Which bacteria is remain in the alimentary canal of herbivores? It is nothing but methanogen bacteria like Methanobacterium, which are found in the alimentary canal of herbivores, where they digest cellulose into biogas. Hence, answer is second one. Question 38. From which compound methane gas is produced by the bacteria? The enzyme called cellulase will degrade cellulose into methane gas. Hence, in biogas plant, the methanogens play important role in the production of methane. Question 39. IARI means, it is nothing but Indian Agriculture Research Institute. It is located in Pusa of New Delhi. Hence, answer is first option. Question 40. Select the correct statement from the following. Biogas produced by the activity of aerobic bacteria. It is wrong. Methanobacterium is an aerobic bacterium found in the rumen of cattle. It is also wrong statement. Biogas is commonly called as gobar gas. It is purely methane. Biogas is not a pure methane. It is a mixture of other gases also, but more than 50% of the biogas is methane. Fourth one, activated sludge sediment in settling tank of sewage treatment plant is a rich source of aerobic bacteria. It is correct one. Hence, option 4 is the correct answer to this. Question number 41. Method of controlling pest that relies on natural predation rather than introducing chemicals is nothing but biological control. Hence, answer is option 2. Question 42. IPM stands for. IPM stands for Integrated Pest Management. So, this program encourages use of eco-friendly techniques to get rid of the pests. Hence, answer is fourth option. Question number 43. Some blue-green algae can be used as biofertilizers as they are. See, biofertilizers are the microbes which increase the fertility of soil. It mainly involves nitrogen fixing microorganisms, some associations like mycorrhiza, etc. So, here best suitable answer is fourth option, capable of fixing nitrogen. It involves cyanobacteria and some other free living symbiotic bacterial species. Answer is option 4. Question number 44. Free living fungus which is used as biocontrol agent against several plant pathogens, Trichoderma, Penicillium, Trichophyton, Bacillus. So, it is a fungus. Bacillus is not a fungus. Trichoderma is a group of fungi which will inhibit some soil borne infections to the roots of certain plants. Hence, answer is Trichoderma. Option 1 is the answer to this question. See the question 45. We have to match the biocontrol agent with the pathogen on which it acts. See, mosquitoes, they are controlled by dragonflies. Aphids can be controlled by ladybird beetles. Caterpillars and butterflies can be controlled by spraying the spores of Bacillus thuringiensis. Plant pathogens can be controlled by using species of Trichoderma, whereas the insects of various types can be controlled by nucleopolyhedrovirus, which is nothing but baculoviruses, which are narrow spectrum in action. Hence, correct matching will be found in option 2. See the question 46, a neem product used as insect repellent. See, it is a neem product. Neem is a plant which is extensively used to get rid of insects. In these options, azadirachtin is a secondary metabolite found in neem. Hence, first option is the answer to this, and please note rotenone, second option, is the natural insecticide obtained from certain plants, especially from the roots of members of Fabaceae. Endrin is actually chemical pesticide and also insecticide. Even parathion is also chemical pesticide. Hence, correct option is first one. Question number 47. One among the following pairs can fix atmospheric nitrogen while free living in the soil. Please be aware of the free living nitrogen fixers as well as symbiotic nitrogen fixers. In the first, Rhizobium and Nostoc. See, Rhizobium is a symbiotic nitrogen fixer. Nostoc is a cyanobacterium which can fix nitrogen in free living and symbiotic mode. Frankio and Azotobacter. Here Frankio will be the symbiotic nitrogen fixer. Whereas third, Azotobacter and Azospirillum, these are nitrogen fixing microbes in free living state. Oscillatoria and Rhizobium, again here Rhizobium is symbiotic. Hence, correct answer is third option. Question 48. Dash serves as an important biofertilizer in paddy fields. In paddy fields, a cyanobacterial member called Anabena, symbiotically associated with the leaves of azolla, and it will enrich the fertility of paddy fields. Hence, answer is cyanobacteria, the first option. See, question number 49, it is about mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza does not help in the host plant in. Remember, mycorrhiza is the symbiotic association between hypha of some fungi along with the roots of higher plants. Mycorrhiza enhance the phosphorus uptake, increase its tolerance to drought, enhance its resistance to root-borne pathogens, increase its resistance to insects. So, all statements are suitable with the mycorrhiza except the last one, increase its resistance to insects. Hence, option 4 is answer to this. Question number 50. One among the following forms mycorrhiza: Anabena, nucleopolyhedrovirus, Saccharomyces, glomus. No doubt, a fungal member belonging to the genus glomus will form mycorrhiza with the roots of higher plants. Hence, option 2 is the answer. Students, let us discuss some questions from biodiversity and conservation. This lesson is a concept based. Nearly 2 to 3 questions will be asked in every year. See the first question. Biodiversity refers to diversity of biomes, diversity of ecosystems on earth, diversity of molecules in the body of an organism, the sum total of diversity that exist at all levels of biological organization. So, according to Edward Wilson, biodiversity is defined as sum total of diversity at all levels of biological organization. It may start from macromolecules in the cells to the large ecosystems or even biomes. Hence, correct answer is option 4. Question 2. Arrange the following major taxa according to their proportionate numbers of species in decreasing orders, namely fishes, reptiles, amphibians and mammals. See the pie chart given in the screen. In that it is very clear that fishes in among vertebrates, fishes forms the largest group, which is followed by birds, and it is followed by reptiles, then it is amphibians, and last it is mammals. Hence, correct option is second one. Question 3. Which among the following represents maximum number of species among global diversity? Fungi, algae, lichens, ferns and alleles. See the pie diagram again. There you can see fungi as the largest group with the rich biodiversity. Hence, option 1 is the answer. Question 4. Diversity of organisms sharing the same habitat is a dash type of diversity, whereas diversity between the two habitats is dash, and diversity of the habitat over the total geographical area is dash type of diversity. We should know about alpha, beta and gamma diversity. See, diversity within a habitat is called alpha diversity. It may be habitat A and this will be habitat B. The diversity within the habitat is known as alpha diversity. These are the habitats. The diversity between the habitats is known as beta diversity, whereas diversity of total geographic area is known as the gamma diversity. Entire landscape's diversity is represented as gamma diversity. Hence, the correct answer is fourth option. Question 5. Which among the following is false statement? Temperate environments are less seasonal, relatively more constant and predictable. You know that the tropical environments are less seasonal, relatively constant and predictable. Next statement, there is more solar energy available in tropics. It is correct statement. Third one, with very few exceptions, tropics harbor more species diversity. That is also correct one. The largely tropical Amazonian rainforest in South America has the greatest biodiversity on the earth. That is also correct statement. Hence, first option is a false statement. Hence, answer is option 1. Question 6. Match the following. First, it is diversity. Second, it is statistics. The species richness in Amazonian rainforest is given in the tables. We can see that plants, about 40,000 plants in the tropical Amazonian rainforest, and fishes are about 3,000 species, birds are about 1,300, mammals will be about 427, even amphibians also 427 species approximately. Next, reptiles are less in number, 378, whereas invertebrates are much more, that is more than 1 lakh species. Hence, the correct match will be seen in option 3. Question 7. The pie chart of major taxa of invertebrates given below, what does A, B, C and D represent? See, in the pie chart, the largest species diversity, that is D, is nothing but the insects. Next, C is represented by the mollusks. Next, B is represented by crustaceans, and A involves the other group of organisms. Hence, correct option is option number 3. Question number 8. Choose the correct statements from the following. Biodiversity term was coined by Walter Rosen. It is a correct option. Second, single species can show high diversity at the genetic level over its distributional range. That is also correct one. India has more than 50,000 strains of rice and about 1,000 varieties of mango. That is also correct. Eastern Ghats have greater amphibian diversity than in Western Ghats. That is also right. Fifth one, Norway has greater ecosystem diversity than India. It is wrong, because India has a rich ecosystem diversity, whereas Norway comes under Scandinavian countries where there is very less ecosystem diversity. Hence, fifth statement is wrong here. Then the sixth, it has taken millions of years of evolution to accumulate this rich diversity in the nature. That is also correct. So, all statement except 5 are correct. Hence, option 1 is the correct answer. Question 9. Find the true statements. Nearly 45,000 species of plants and twice as many as animals have been recorded from India. This statistics is a correct one. According to Mays, Robert Mays global estimates, only 22% of total plant species have been recorded so far. This is also correct statement. We would never able to complete the inventory of biological wealth of our country. That is also right one. Species diversity decreases as we move away from the equator towards the poles. As we move from tropical regions towards the polar region, species diversity decreases. Hence, all given statements are true. Hence, option is last one. Fourth option is correct one. Question 10. How many of the given statements are false? See the first option. According to IUCN 2004, total number of plant and animal species described so far is slightly less than 1.5 millions. It is a false statement, because more than 1.5 million animal species has been discovered. Next, second statement, according to Robert May's estimation, global species diversity is about 7 million. It is a correct one. Next, third statement, more than 70% of all species recorded are plants. It is wrong, because more than 70% of species which were recorded are animals, while animals comprise more than about 22% of total. So, that is also false one. Next, among the animals, insects are the most species rich taxonomic group, making up more than 70% of the total. Yes, it is a correct statement. Insect is the largest group among the animal world. Next, number of fungi species in the world is more than the combined total species of fishes, angiosperm, reptiles and mammals. Here it is wrong statement, because fungal species diversity is more than the total of fishes, amphibians, reptiles and mammals. Then sixth one, although India has 2.4% of world's land area, has about 88.1% of species diversity. That is also correct statement. Hence, option statements 5, 3 and first are false. Hence, 3, option 3 is the answer. Question number 10. How many of the following statements are false? According to the IUCN 2004 report, total number of plant and animal species described so far are slightly less than 1.5 million. Here they given that it is less than 1.5 million, it is more than that. According to Robert May's estimation, the global species diversity is about 7 million. It is a true statement. More than 70% of all species recorded are plants, while animals comprise about 22%. So, this is a wrong statement, because among the discovered organism 70% are animals and 22% are plants. Among the animals, insects forms most of the species. It will contribute about 70% of the total. It is a correct statement. Next statement, the number of fungi species in the world is more than the combined total of the species fishes, angiosperms, reptiles and mammals. So, this is also a wrong statement. Fungal species is the world's largest biodiversity among the plants, but it is more than the fishes, amphibians, reptiles and mammals. Hence, fifth statement is also wrong. Although India has only 2.4% of world's land area, it shares global species diversity of 8.1%. That statement is correct. Hence, total number of false statements are 3, that is statement number 1, 3 and fifth one. Hence, the answer is third option. Question number 11, match the following type of question. Edward Wilson popularized the term biodiversity. Alexander van Humboldt, species area relationship. David Tillman reports that increased diversity contributes to higher productivity. Paul Ehrlich proposed the rivet popper hypothesis. Robert May, global species diversity. Hence, the option is first one. Question number 12. The graph formed by plotting the species richness against the area for a variety of taxa turns out to be. This is related to species area relationship proposed by Alexander Humboldt. So, when the species richness is plotted against the area, we will get a rectangular hyperbola with expression S is equal to C a to the power z. In the logarithmic scale, it will appear as a straight line with the expression log S is equal to log C plus Z log A, where S stands for species richness, whereas C is the y-intercept. A is the area taken for the study, whereas Z is the slope of the line, or it is also known as regression coefficient. Regression coefficient. But we should remember that the Z value, which indicate the slope of the line, it will changes. Actually, the value Z will be in between 0.1 to 0.2 when the area taken for the study is very small. But At continental level, Z value differs. It will be in the range 0.6 to 1.2, that is for large areas like continents. For this question, the answer will be rectangular hyperbola. Hence, the answer is second option. Question number 13. In the equation log S is equal to log C plus Z log A, regression coefficient is Z, that is also known as the slope of the line, whereas S is the species richness, A is the area taken for study, C is the y-intercept. Hence, the answer is third option. Question number 14. What is not true for value of Z in the equation S is equal to C e to the power Z? It lies in the range of 0.1 to 2. Normally, Z value will be in between 0.1 to 0.2. It changes according to the taxa or region. See, Z value will not changes according to taxa or region. It will be same for any taxa and anywhere in the world. So, see, Z value lies in range of 0.1 to 0.2 regardless of taxonomic group or the region. Next, for very large areas like entire continent, the Z value will be in between 0.6 to 1.2. For fruit eating birds and mammals in the tropical forest of different continent, it will be 1.15. So, it will be in between 0.6 to 1.2 for large areas, and this statement is also true. Hence, the not true option is the second one. Hence, the answer is second option. Question number 15. Of the following, which group appears to be more vulnerable to extinction? Among this group, amphibians are considered as more vulnerable group for extinction. This is because the skin of amphibians is very sensitive to the pollutants in water. More than that, the egg in amphibians is not surrounded by the hardened shell. So, because of these two reasons, amphibians are more vulnerable for extinction. Question number 16. Species richness means number of species per unit area, number of particular species per total number of different species in a particular area, number of genes in a particular species, number of genetic variations in a particular area. Species richness is nothing but number of species per unit area. If you consider the diagram, there you can see 4 types of species, that is the species richness in the given area. Hence, number of species per unit area is nothing but species richness, whereas species abundance means number of organisms, total number of organism present in the given area, that is known as abundance of the organism. Hence, answer to this question is option number 1. Find the incorrect statement. Key species are those which drive major ecosystem functions. See, key species are usually the predator animals in an ecosystem which will control the population of prey organisms. If the predators or keystone species is removed from the ecosystem, the population of prey organisms will be exploded. Hence, it will disturb the ecosystem. And first statement is correct. IUCN Red List of 2004 documents the extinction of 784 species in the last 500 years. This is correct data. Constant environment promotes niche specialization, that is also correct. Rich biodiversity is only essential for ecosystem health, but not for survival of humans. So, rich biodiversity not only essential for ecosystem health, but also for human survival. Hence, option 4 is the incorrect one. Hence, answer is 4. See question 18, match the following. First column, World Biodiversity Day, it is May 22nd. World Environment Day, it is June 5th. World Wildlife Conservation Day, December 4th. International Tiger Day, it is July 29th. World Nature Conservation Day, July 28th. Hence, option 1 is correct answer. 19th question, World Wildlife Week is first week of September, October, third week of October, last week of October. World Wildlife Week is first week of October, that is October 1st to 7th. October 3rd is celebrated as World Nature or Habitat Day. October 4th is a World Animal Day, whereas October 6th is a World Wildlife Day. Hence, answer is second option. Question 20, we have to match the 3 columns. In the first column, they mention the extinct organism, second column, type of the organism, third, region from where they become extinct. See, dodo is a bird which become extinct from Mauritius, whereas quagga is a kind of zebra which become extinct from Africa. Tilacin is a kind of tiger, Tasmanian tiger, it become extinct from Australian continent. Stellar sea cow is a kind of marine mammal which become extinct from Russian continent. Bali, Javan and Caspian tiger species become extinct from Indonesia and Turkey. Hence, correct match can be observable in the fourth option. See question 21, they given 2 statements. First one is assertion. If the present trends continue, nearly half of all the species on the earth might be wiped out within the next 100 years. The statement is correct related to mass extinction. Next reason, extinction rate of 6th extinction, present world is facing 6th mass extinction with reference to loss of biodiversity presently in progress, estimated to be 100 to 1000 times faster than before. Since the rate of elimination of species from the earth is accelerated, in near future we will lose half of all the species which are existing on this earth. Hence, reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Hence, first option is the answer. Question 22, loss of biodiversity leads to which of the following except? Loss of biodiversity leads to lowered resistance to environmental perturbations or alternations. It is correct one. Loss of biodiversity increases variability in water use. Loss of biodiversity increased the variability in pest and disease cycle, that is also true. Loss of biodiversity leads to increase in the plant production, that is false. It also decreases the productivity. Hence, option 4 is answer. Question 23, select the correct pair of the following. Narrowly utilitarian and broadly utilitarian aspects have been given here. Narrowly utilitarian means immediate uses, whereas broadly utilitarian means indirect uses of biodiversity to humans. First, narrowly utilitarian uses have been given: cereals, pulses, resins, perfumes, oxygen, medicine. Mainly oxygen is a indirect benefit we are getting from the biodiversity, hence it is not suitable. Second, broadly utilitarian: tannins, lubricants, firewood, fiber, pest control, climate. See here, tannins, lubricants, firewood and fibers are narrowly utilitarian benefits. Next, third one, narrowly utilitarian: cereals, pulses, fruits, dyes and firewood. All of these are direct benefits of biodiversity. Hence, third one is the answer, whereas in fourth option, medicines are direct benefits. Hence, third option is the answer. Question 24. Which of the following is not an invasive alien species in Indian context? Lantana, Cynodon, Parthenium, Eichhornia. See, alien species invasion will leads to elimination of indigenous species. Among this, Lantana, Parthenium and Eichhornia are alien species invaded to Indian lands, whereas Cynodon is not an alien species. It is a native of India and some other countries also. See, the first picture in your screen is Lantana camara, which is imported for its beautiful flowers, whereas second diagram is second picture is Cynodon. It is a kind of grass. Third one is the most invasive plant in the Indian lakes, that is Eichhornia or terror of Bengal, that is also brought to India for its ornamental flowers. Hence, the answer is second option, Cynodon. Question 25. One of the most important functions of botanical gardens is that. See, botanical gardens are useful not only for study purpose, but also it is a method of conservation. There, the valuable plants are isolated from their natural habitat and grown in a supervision of humans. See, they provide beautiful area for recreation. They can observe tropical plants there. They allow ex situ conservation of germ plasm. They provide natural habitat for wildlife. The most important function of botanical garden is that ex situ conservation of germ plasm, so that we can avoid the extinction of species. Hence, option third is the answer. Question 26. How many of the following statements are true? True statements are: when an animal or a plant is endangered or threatened and needs urgent measures to save it from extinction, ex situ conservation is a desirable approach. It is a true statement. The total number of biodiversity hotspots in the world is 34. That is also a true statement. Biodiversity hotspots are regions of accelerated habitat loss. That is also correct one. All the biodiversity hotspots put together over less than 2% of Earth's land area. It is a correct one. Royal Bengal tiger is conserved in Sundarbans. Yes, Sundarban is a reservoir where the tiger is protected. India now has 14 biosphere reserves, 19 national parks and 448 wildlife sanctuaries. So, all these statements are correct. Hence, first option is the answer. Question 27. Which of the following species is restricted to particular area? A species confined to a particular geographic area and never found anywhere else is known as endemic species. So, answer is fourth option. See the other options like sibling species. Sibling species are morphologically similar, but unable to reproduce. But allopatric speciation, it occurs when a population is separated geographically. Some species, due to geographical barriers, they are isolated and they are evolved in different dimensions. So, such organisms species are called allopatric species, whereas sympatric species means it is a species evolved within a population and later the two species have been evolved separately within a same habitat. Sympatric species means species evolved from existing species but live in the same habitat. Hence, for this question the correct answer is endemic species. Question 28. Which one of the following pairs of geographical areas show maximum diversity in our country? So, maximum diversity can be traced in the Himalayan region and Western Ghats, which are also considered as biodiversity hot spots. So, option 3 is correct answer to this. Question 29. The lion-tailed macaque endemic to Kashmir Valley, Gir Forest, Western Ghat hills of South India, Nilgiri Hills. See, in the picture you can see the lion-tailed macaque, which is endemic to Western Ghats of South India. It cannot be found anywhere else in the world. And Nilgiri tahr is an endemic species that found in Nilgiri Hills of Karnataka, whereas in Kashmir Valley we can see Kashmir stag, which is endemic there. In the Gir forest, in the Gir forest of Gujarat, we can see the protected Asiatic lion Panthera leo persica. Hence, for this question answer is third option. The program introduced by UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization, to maintain our environment and make wildlife conservation strategies is Worldwide Fund, International Biological Program, Man and Biosphere Program, Earth Summit. So, UNESCO established MABS or Man and Biosphere Program, which will used to establish and maintain the biosphere reserves around the world. Hence, answer is third option. Question 31. Which of the following both pairs have correct combinations? In situ conservation, national park, ex situ conservation, botanical garden. It is correct combination. Let us see the other options. In situ conservation, cryopreservation. See, cryopreservation is a preservation of tissues at very low temperature like -196 degrees C in liquid nitrogen. It is a isolated one, hence it is ex situ conservation. Whereas wildlife sanctuary is a in situ method. Next, seed banks are written as in situ in the third option. It is wrong. It is ex situ method, whereas sacred groves are in situ conservation methods. Next, in the fourth option, tissue culture is considered in situ. It is wrong. Tissue culture is ex situ method, whereas national parks are in situ method. Hence, the suitable answer is first option. Question 32. A species facing extremely high risk of extinction in the immediate future is called? The species which is facing the high risk of extinction in near future is known as critically endangered species. One of the critically endangered species in India is shown in the picture. It is the great Indian bustard. You know, vulnerable species, it is a species whose number is decreasing and which can be recovered if its habitat is protected. Extinct species is the species which is no more found on the earth, and endemic species is the species which confined to a particular geographic area. Hence, third option is a right answer. Question 33, the only abode of the Asiatic lion is, in the picture you can see Asiatic lion, and it is protected with great care in Gir forest of Gujarat. Sundarban, Jim Corbett National Park and Bandipur, there we can see the tiger projects, or they are maintained as tiger reserves. Hence, the answer is first option. Question 34, match the following with the respect to India. National heritage animal of India is the Indian elephant. National reptile of our country is a king cobra. Next, Indian pumpkin is considered as a national vegetable. Banyan tree is a national tree of our country, whereas peafowl or a peacock is considered as national bird. Then national microbe is a lactobacillus. Hence, correct matching will be seen in the option number 1. Hence, answer is first option. Question 35. The historic convention on biological diversity held at dash in dash, whereas World Summit on Sustainable Development held in dash at dash. See, this question is related to Earth Summit and World Summit. The Earth Summit for Biological Diversity Conservation was held in Rio de Janeiro in 1992, whereas World Summit for Sustainable Development was occurred in Johannesburg of South Africa in 2002. Hence, the answer is second option. Question 36, we have to match the columns. This is related to sacred groves, Khasi and Jainitia hills. It is found in Meghalaya. Aravali hills are found in Rajasthan. Western Ghats found in Karnataka. Sarguja, Chanda and Bastard areas are found in Madhya Pradesh. Hence, correct match is found in option number 1. Blue whale is placed under endangered, critically endangered, rare and extinct. See, blue whale is considered as an endangered animal. Hence, answer is option 1. The following: Earth Summit oath is taken to appropriate measures for the conservation of biodiversity and sustainable utilization of its benefits. World Summit related to significant reduction in the current rate of diversity loss in global, regional and local levels, whereas Basel Convention is related to International Treaty on Persistence of Organic Pollutants. It was signed in Switzerland, whereas Stockholm Convention, it was signed in Sweden. It is related to the control of transboundary movements of hazardous wastes, whereas CITES, Convention on International Trade on Endemic Species, it is to prevent species becoming endangered and extinction of international trade. Hence, correct option is a third one. Question 39, tracts of forest which were set aside and all the trees and wildlife within were venerated and given total protection are nothing but sacred groves. It is again an in situ conservation method. Hence, answer is third option. Students, let us see a paper related to environmental issues. This lesson also involves the concepts and terminology related aspects, and questions may be related to current affairs or developments related to environment and its related issues. Every year 2 to 3 questions had been asked from this lesson. Let us see the first question. Which statement are incorrect about electrostatic precipitator? Electrostatic precipitators, scrubbers and catalytic converters are used to filter the emissions from industries as well as vehicles. So, electrostatic precipitator is used to filter the emissions of industries. It is designed mostly to filter the particulate matters. The electrostatic precipitators are provided with the tungsten electrodes which are passed with the very high voltage of current, which will create discharge corona of electrons. It is followed by collection plates which are grounded. When the dirty air containing particulate matters are passed through the discharge corona, the negative charge is transferred to the particulate matters so that they get attached to the collection plates, and the emission which is passed out will be the clean air. Hence, let us go through the statements. It can remove over 99% of particulate matter, it is correct one. It has electrode wires that are maintained at very low volts, it is wrong statement. Electrode wires produce corona that releases electrons, that is correct one. The collecting plates grounded attract the charged particles, that is also correct one. Next, fifth statement, the electrostatic precipitator, the velocity of air between the grounded plates must be high. Actually, it is a wrong statement because the velocity should be very low so that they will attach to the collection plates. Next, particulate matters that are very small are not removed by electrostatic precipitator. So, these are this is also correct statement. Hence, option 2 is the correct answer to this question. Question 2, the scrubber can remove which of the following gases? The scrubbers are the equipments which will effectively remove the sulfur dioxide in the industrial emissions, where spray of lime takes important role in the filtration of the sulfur dioxide. Hence, option 1 is the answer. In the figure given, which letter indicates spray of lime? See, this picture of scrubber is labeled with the alphabets A, B, C and D. So, B indicates the dirty air, A indicates the cleaned air, D indicates the particulate matters, whereas C indicates the screen or spray of lime which filter the sulfur oxides. Hence, the answer is third one. which is not true for catalytic converter. Catalytic converters are the devices which are equipped in motor vehicles to filter the emissions after burning of the fuels. So, it can be fitted to automobiles to reduce the air pollution, it is a correct one. It has a platinum and palladium and rhodium catalysts, it is also true. It can remove over 99% of particulate matters, it is wrong. It is not designed to remove the particulate matter, instead of that it will remove the toxic emissions in the vehicles. Next, these are called three-phase converters, as are used to reduce the concentration of carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons and noxious gases. See, catalytic converters will reduce the emission of carbon monoxide in the smoke, so that they will convert carbon monoxide into less toxic carbon dioxide. Similarly, hydrocarbon, unburnt hydrocarbons are converted into carbon dioxide and water, whereas nitrogen oxides will be converted to less toxic nitrogen. Hence, option 3 is a not true statement, hence answer is option 3. Question 5, match the following. Catalytic converter, carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxides. Electrostatic precipitator will remove the particulate matters. Ear muffs are used in the places where there is high noise level. Landfills is useful to avoid the solid wastes. Hence, option 2 is the correct answer. See the assertion in the question number 6. CNG, compressed natural gas, is better than diesel. Reason, CNG burns more efficiently unlike petrol or diesel in the automobiles, and very little of it is left unburnt. So, the CNG, compressed natural gas, will contain mainly methane and related gases that will burn efficiently. Hence, the reason is correct explanation for assertion. Hence, you can go with option 1 as answer. Question 7, Euro norms and Bharat stages were given in new auto fuel policies for steady reducing the dash in petrol and diesel fuels. See, the emissions after burning of petrol and diesels will mainly contain the pollutants like sulfur oxide and aromatic compounds. To bring down the level of sulfur and aromatic contents, the norms have been released by Euro norms, and in India it is in the name of Bharat stage. Hence, option 3 is the correct answer to this. Question 8, select the respective norm for four-wheelers throughout the country since April 2017. The norms which is implemented in our country after 2017 is Bharat stage 4. But here we should know that presently after 2020 onwards, so Indian government is going to adopt Bharat stage 6 instead of Bharat stage 5. So, the nation is going to skip Bharat stage 5 in order to control the emission of sulfur and aromatic compounds. Please note that the nation will skip BS 5 norms and adopt BS 6 norms by 2020 as per the directions of Supreme Court. See, BS 6 fuel which will be used after 2020 will contain 5 times less sulfur, that is about 50 parts per million, as compared to the BS4 fuel. Hence, the answer is option 3. Question number 9, match the following, the act and respective year. Environment Act was implemented in 1986, whereas Water Act amended in 1974, Air Act in 1981, whereas Air Act amended in 1987. Hence, correct match will be seen in the option 2. Question 10, select the incorrect matches. DDT, dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane, it is right. JFM, joint forest management, that is also correct one. DU stands for Dobson unit, which is the measuring unit of ozone layers thickness. STP means sewage treatment plant. Please note that Dobson unit is the measuring unit of ozone. 1 Dobson unit is equivalent to 0.01 millimeter thickness. Hence, the answer is third option. Identify A, B, C in the figure. The figure represents a graph which reflects the BOD level and dissolved oxygen level in the upstream region, downstream region, and at the point of sewage disposal in an aquatic bodies. See, in the upstream region to sewage disposal point, if A is the sewage disposal point, in the upstream region, the dissolved oxygen level will be high. The red curve is dissolved oxygen level, and BOD will be biochemical oxygen demand will be less. But in the sewage disposal point, the condition will reversed, and in the downstream region again the condition is recovered. That means the dissolved oxygen level will go high, whereas the biochemical oxygen demand decreases. Hence, A is a sewage discharge point, B is a dissolved oxygen level, C represent biochemical oxygen demand. Hence, option 2 is the answer. Question 12, in an area where DDT has been used extensively, the population of birds declined significantly because DDT poisons the birds, DDT disturbs the fertility, birds stopped laying eggs, DDT causes thinning of egg shells and premature breaking. See, DDT contain heavy metals which will accumulate at higher trophic levels, and it will affect the reproductive ability of the birds and other animals. So, the main impact of DDT on birds is it causes thinning of egg shells and premature breaking of the eggs, thereby it will inhibit the increase in the population of birds. Hence, answer is option 4. See the question number 13, we have to match the impurities in water with the examples. You should know that presence of 0.1% of impurities in freshwater bodies will make it unfit for human consumption. Let us see the impurities. Suspended solids. So, it involves fecal matters, bacteria, cloth, papers, fibers. Colloidal materials involves the sand, silt as well as clay, whereas the dissolved materials involves nitrate, ammonia, sodium, calcium. Hence, the answer is fourth option. Question number 14, which one of the following is not the effect of algal bloom? See, luxurious growth of algae in aquatic ecosystem due to the enrichment of water is known as algal bloom. Distinct color to water bodies, deterioration of the water body quality, fish mortality, conversion of lake into land. See, conversion of lake into land is called eutrophication, and hence the answer is answer for question 14 is fourth option. See question 15, algal bloom impart distinct color to water due to. See in the picture you can see a water body with the algal bloom. The distinct coloration of water bodies in the algal bloom is due to its pigments. It is not due to the presence of chemicals or excretion of colored substances. Hence, answer is second option. See question 16, select which is not correct. Huge amount of water can be saved if one didn't have to flush the toilets. It is related to eco-san toilets. It is a correct one. A mere 0.1% of impurities make the domestic sewage unfit for human use. That is also right. It is difficult to remove solids than dissolved salts. It is not correct one because it is easy to remove the solids rather than salts. Dry composting toilets is a practical, hygienic, efficient and cost effective solution for human waste disposal, and such toilets are called as eco-san toilets. Hence, option 3 is the correct answer. Question 17, which is not true for Eichhornia crassipes. Eichhornia is also called terror of Bengal, which is the most problematic weed in the aquatic ecosystems in India. It is also an example for invaded species. It show beautiful colored flowers. It is a right one. Submerged plant in water bodies. It is wrong. It is a floating plant. Introduced India for lovely flowers. It is right. They have caused hawk by their excessive growth by causing blocks in our waterways. It is right. They grow very slowly. It is wrong. Their growth is rapid by vegetative propagation using offset type of propagules. Next, world's most problematic aquatic weed, that is also right one. They grow abundantly in nutrient poor water bodies. It is wrong. So, Eichhornia grows abundantly in nutrient enriched waters. They lead to an imbalance in the ecosystem dynamics of water body. That is correct. Hence, here second, fifth and seventh statements are not true. Hence, answer is first option. Sewage from our homes as well as from hospitals may cause outbreaks of serious diseases such as, see here we have to find the water-borne diseases. First, dysentery, typhoid, jaundice, cholera. These are all water-related epidemic diseases. Whereas in the second option, hepatitis B and influenza, they may not spread by water. Influenza spread through air droplets. Hepatitis B will spread by contact transmission. In the third option, tuberculosis caused by bacteria, which is spread from person to person through the inhalation of droplets. Measles is a viral disease and it will spread through contacts, whereas smallpox also spread by contacts, whereas tetanus will be caused through the wounds created by metallic equipments. Hence, correct answer will be found in option 1. So, eutrophication by sewage addition refers to nutrient enrichment of freshwater bodies, nutrient depletion of freshwater bodies, toxic chemical accumulation, heavy metal accumulation. See, eutrophication is natural aging of lake, but cause of eutrophication may be either natural or man-made. man-made eutrophication is also called cultural or accelerated eutrophication. Hence, first option is the answer. Question 20. Arrange the following steps with reference to eutrophication in a proper sequence. See, we should know the steps behind the eutrophication process. As a first step, the streams will bring nutrients to lakes. As a second step, the depth of ocean decreases. It is followed by algal blooms. Eventually, the organisms die and the water body becomes warm and lakes become shallow. Gradually, marsh plants begin to appear. Later, it is replaced by rooted plants. Ultimately, lakes are converted to lands. Let us see the correct sequence of eutrophication. First, it is streams drain into lakes, introduce the nutrients. Next, organic remains begins to deposit at the bottom, so that the depth becomes shallower. Over the centuries, the silt organic debris pile up at the bottom and lakes become shallower and warmer. Next, marsh plants begin to appear, which is followed by rooted plants, and ultimately the lakes gives away large masses of floating plants like bogs, and finally it is converted to lands. Hence, correct sequence is C, E, A, D, B. Hence, option 3 is the answer. Question 21 is related to biomagnification. Heavy metals are the elements with the density above 5 gram per cm cube. Select the correct set of heavy metals from the following. The heavy metals which causes biomagnification in the ecosystem may be mercury, cadmium, copper and lead, whereas aluminum, calcium, potassium are not the heavy metals. Here sodium, lithium, potassium etc. have been given. Next, here magnesium, potassium etc. are given. Hence, the correct answer is first option. See question 22, mercury and DDT are neither metabolized nor excreted and hence get accumulated in the body of organism. The maximum concentration appears in, see, accumulation of heavy metals in the higher trophic levels is known as biomagnification. The amount of accumulation goes on increasing as we go from one trophic level to higher trophic levels. So, from water to zooplankton to small fish and then to large fish. When it comes to eagles or fish eating birds, it will be goes to its peak. Hence, maximum concentration appears in eagle. So, answer is third option. Question 23, high concentration of nutrients, especially nitrates and phosphates in water can accelerate which of the following phenomenon? See, high concentration of nitrogen and phosphate compounds will contribute for algal bloom as well as eutrophication. Hence, both 1 and 2, that is option 4 is the answer. Question 24, cattle ranches are known to cause acute greenhouse effect. This is due to, see, greenhouse effect will be due to the accumulation of greenhouse gases like methane. So, cattle ranches will release the methane gases due to the decomposition by bacteria. Hence, the correct option will be found in the as the fourth option. Hence, answer is fourth option, decomposition of organic remains. Question 25, select incorrect statement. Nitrates and phosphates act as plant nutrients over stimulate the growth of algae which rob dissolved oxygen vital to other aquatic life. It is a correct statement. Thermal wastewater may enhance the growth of plants and fish extremely cold areas. Release of thermal wastes will causes the migration of fishes to new habitats. Hence, there it affects the indigenous species. Third, use of incinerators is crucial for the disposal of hospital wastes. Hospital wastes may contain hazardous infectious agents. They have to be disposed in a safe way. That mechanism is called incineration. Next, e-wastes must be incinerated always as they cannot be recycled. See, e-waste cannot be incinerated, they will be disposed in a proper way like landfillings or recycling mechanisms. Hence, the correct answer for this is the fourth one, which is incorrect statement among the four. Hence, you can choose fourth option as the answer. We have to match the columns in question number 26. See, arsenic, it causes black foot disease. Cadmium causes a disease called ittai disease, means a pain disease. Next, mercury brings about Minamata disease, whereas fluoride causes osteoporosis, which is related to the bones. Next, nitrates brings about blue baby syndrome. Hence, correct match will be seen in the option number 2. Question 27, polyblend is, this is related to solid wastes. Polyblend is nothing but the fine powder which is produced from the plastic wastes. The idea of preparation of polyblend is developed by Ahmad Khan in collaboration with RV College of Bangalore, and which is now extensively used in the construction of roads. See, polyblend is a mixture of two different types of plastics, blend of plastic and bitumen. It is a fine powder of recycled plastic, agricultural waste. It is nothing but third option. Hence, option 3 is the answer to this. We have to match the 3 columns. Zero waste procedure is contributed by Ramesh Chandra Jagar, who established Haryana Kisan Welfare Club. Polyblend is the imagination of Ahmad Khan, which is developed in collaboration with RV College. Integrated waste management is planned by FOAM, Friends of Arcata Marsh of Humboldt State University. Chipko movement is organized by Sundarlal Bahugun of Garhwal, Himalaya. Hence, correct match is found in option number 3. Again, we have to match the column in question number 29. World Environment Day, it is June 5th. World Water Day, it is March 22. World Animal Day, it is October 4th. World planting day, it is March 21st. World Earth Day, it is April 22nd. World Population Day, it is July 11. Hence, correct match will be seen in the option 1. Question 30. El Nino effect is related to. See, El Nino effect is caused by a global phenomenon called as global warming. So, it is an odd climatic change due to global warming or rise in the temperature. So, second option is the formation of ozone hole. It is not related to El Nino effect. Third one is accidental leakage. It is also not related. Hence, option 1 is the answer. Question 31. High level of radioactive waste can be managed in which of the following ways? Open dumping, composting, incineration, dumping in shielded containers. Radioactive waste has to dispose in a safe method, that is dumping in shielded containers, which has to be buried in rocks inside the earth. Hence, answer is 4th. Select the one which is not related to nuclear accident. 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl, Fukushima, Bhopal. Here, Bhopal incident is not related to leakage of nuclear waste. In Bhopal gas tragedy, a gas called methyl isocyanate has been released, whereas in other 3, the nuclear waste has been accidentally released to the environment. 3 Mile Island has been incident has been happened in March 28 of 1979. Chernobyl disaster has been happened in April 26th of 1986. Fukushima incident has been happened in Japan March 11 of 2011. Next, Bhopal incident has been happened in December 2 of 1984. Hence, the answer is 4th option. Question 33. Without greenhouse effect, the average temperature at the surface of earth would have been chilly, that is minus 18 degree, rather than the present average temperature of 15 degree, and during the past century the temperature of the earth has been increased by plus 0.6 degree C. Hence, A is minus 18, B is plus 15, whereas C is plus 0.6 degree C. Hence, answer is 4th option. Global warming could affect climate, food production, melting of glaciers, all of this. See, global warming is increase in Earth's atmospheric temperature due to the accumulation of greenhouse gases. The cause of increased temperature will reflected in a climate change as well as food productivity and also melting of polar ice caps. Hence, 4th option is the answer. Question 35. Given diagram represents relative contribution of various greenhouse gases to total global warming. Select the correct set of name of the gas and its proportion with respect to A, B, C and D. See the pie diagram. The major greenhouse gas which contribute for global warming is carbon dioxide. So, A is carbon dioxide, its contribution is about 60%. Next highest level will be of methane, that is about 20%. Next it is CFC, C, that is 14%, chlorofluorocarbon, and least contribution is of nitrous oxide, that is 6%. Hence, A, B, C, D can be represented in option number 1. Question 36. The result of ozone hole is global warming, acid rain, greenhouse effect, UV radiations reach the earth. See, thinning of ozone layer in the stratosphere will cause the entry of harmful ultraviolet rays to the earth's surface. Hence, option 4 is the answer to this question. 37. Chlorofluorocarbons release a chemical harmful to ozone is chlorine, fluorine, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen peroxide. The main product of chlorofluorocarbon in the stratosphere is the chlorine, which will degrade the ozone into molecular oxygen. Hence, the thickness of ozone decreases due to degradation of ozone in the stratosphere. Hence, answer is first option. Question number 38. A high dose of UVB causes inflammation of cornea, that is known as snow blindness, color blindness, glaucoma, conjunctivitis. UVB causes inflammation of cornea, that is known as snow blindness. UVB may also affect the skin and it may also cause mutations in the body organs. Answer is first option. Question 39. Select the correct statement. Degradation of natural resources can occur only by the action of pollutants but not by improper resource utilization. It is wrong. It can happen even by improper resource management. Second one, when large fertile patches extend, it will form desert. It is a wrong statement. Next, irrigation without proper drainage of water leads to decrease in the salinity of land surface. It is a wrong statement because increased irrigation may draw minerals or salts to the surface of the ground, hence it will increase the salinity. So, third option is also false. Fourth option, water logging and soil salinity are some of the problems that have come in the wake of green revolution. So, this is the correct statement. Hence, option 4 is the answer to this. Question 40. One of the major reason for the deforestation is conversion of forest into agriculture land, for timber, firewood, cattle ranching, slash and burn agriculture. As per NCERT, the major cause of loss of biodiversity or reason for deforestation is the slash burn method of agriculture. Option 4 is the answer. Question 41. Government of India introduced concept of work closely with the local communities for protection and management forest. It is called. In collaboration with the society, Government of India is planning to raise the forest patches, that is known as joint forest management. Option 4 is the answer. Mark the incorrect statements in question number 42. National Forest Policy of India has recommended 33% forest for plains and 67% for hills. It is a correct one. Reforestation is the process of restoring the forest that once existed but was removed at some point of time in the past. It is also right. In 1974, local woman Amrita Devi showed enormous bravery in protecting trees from acts of contractors by hugging. So, this statement is wrong because this Amrita Devi Bishnoi's attempt to save the forest has been happened in 17th century and it was against the king's men of Jodhpur. Next, fourth option, afforestation is establishment of forest in area where there is no previous tree cover. It is also correct one. Hence, answer is third option. Dear students, along with this, we completed the 3 papers related to microbes, biodiversity conservation and environmental issues. All these 3 lessons have their own importances as well as identities. Please go through every aspect of these 3 lessons and try to achieve more and more. Do well, work hard, all the best. Thank you.